Good morning, everyone. In this video, we're just going to quickly discuss Bitcoin and the actual ticker coin itself. Uh, just because I know many are playing it, and Bitcoin has been in a pretty tight and heavy consolidation area for a while. This is the weekly chart. This is a buying channel I've actually had since early 2023 in Webull, so it's kind of interesting that's still holding so strong. Uh, this was a large cup. It formed a handle and it broke out. We saw that major leg upward up into, that consolidation channel. And pulling up this consolidation channel now, it's a pretty large range. We have all the way to 108, all the way down to, basically the 90 range. And with that said, I wanted to go over the moving averages and the Bollingers, but it's not going to show it here on this one. Unfortunately, the desktop doesn't show the moving averages and the Bollingers. I don't know why, so I pulled these values from the one on my phone. The 5 mile is currently at 96,716. The 10 mile is at 96,600, so it's slightly under the 5 mile. We have the 20 mile at 96,870, so it's slightly above the 5 mile, which means that the moving averages are really heavily consolidated right now. We have the upper Bollinger at 98,665, and we have the lower Bollinger at 97,77. So there's just a ton of really heavy consolidation right now, and you can see quite well that this has been a super chop range for multiple trading sessions now. And just quickly going over some of the structure we see within the daily, we do have this large cup formed, but we pulled down and we didn't invalidate it all the way, but we almost invalidated it. So if this handle doesn't actually start breaking upward more and retesting some of this upward support, then we can actually start to look downward quite a bit too. And I don't know why the crypto doesn't show very well. Let me draw. We have a huge gap all the way down to this 68 range. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna actually pull down to the 68 range, but there's that huge gap downward. So if we don't start building some support, like I said, we really do want to see a cup form here and to form a breakout of that handle and just, continue heading upward towards the upper buying channel. But it would make a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things to cool down a little bit and form a large inverse head and shoulders here. That's not a good shoulder. Let me draw a good shoulder. And do something like this. For example, wrong side. There we go. Build a really large bull structure and then open up the top of this upper buying channel. And then we could, start seeing that, 120 plus area. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm just waiting for a breakout. This is a really good area for straddles, and I know you can't straddle Bitcoin, but you can play a lot of symbols off of Bitcoin, like, for example, coin. And going over coin, uh, this is going to be day 2 of the bottom Bollinger move, which makes it a super, super quality buy. We should expect a lower low, but with Bitcoin starting to pull up a little bit, we may not see that entirely. So it could be a good entry just to start targeting that 240 area, but I do expect a lower low on the day 2 Bollinger move. Quickly going over the moving averages and the Bollinger locations. The 5 mile is at 257.92. The 10 mile is at 268.42. The 20 mile is at 276.80. So the moving averages are in extreme bearish territory. We're well below pretty much everything. We're below the bottom Bollinger, which is at 245.06. It's really not even worth mentioning the upper Bollinger, but it is at 308.53. And very likely we're going to see the 5 mile pull closer to the 247.60 range, which is getting very, very close to the bottom Bollinger. So with the pre-market right now, we're seeing it at 239.73. So very likely we're going to start forming a retest of the 5 mile soon. So technically, actually, this is the bottom Bollinger Day too. Today, the 24th would be the bottom Bollinger Day 3. So we should start seeing this pulling upward, actually. Just a quick reminder before we get into the technical analysis. If you've been finding value in my insights, consider joining my Patreon. For just $12.99 a month, you'll get access to my trades, courses, and powerful tools to help you grow as a trader. I'd love to have you be a part of our team and community. And it's less than 43 cents a day. So if you'd like to join, click in the link in the description. Thanks. Yeah, and with that said, I'd actually be targeting upward with contracts. So depending on where we open, uh, those 240 calls for March 14th are going to be really nice. Just make sure you hedge the bottom or the downside a little bit more if you are going to take those calls for the upside. We have been seeing the ADL pull down quite significantly though, and we are in this selling channel, so any call you take would just be for short-term support. And we have this inverse cup that formed. It's very likely we're seeing, some bullish liquidity building right here to fill out this cup and pull us back downward. Um, that's why it's a really good area for calls right now. There's a ton of room upward, even though we are in a bearish territory overall. But what can happen with an inverse cup handle is that, say we get good news or something, or Bitcoin decides to break out, we can fill this cup, break this selling channel, build a handle, and head upward into the buying channel. But with that said, going to end the video here. I just wanted to do a very quick cover of what I'm expecting for coin. My original thesis a couple weeks ago was that we were going to see this cup finish or fill out and head back upward, but that didn't happen. We saw the reject and finish that inverse cup. So now we just have to see, do they build the cup upward and break out of this channel and head upward, or do they continue downward into this channel? I did cut the 270 calls last week. I just, yeah, with how heavy the selling was, it wasn't worth it. I do have some 250 puts going, which I very likely will be cutting today. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly discuss Bitcoin and coin. Just be keeping your eyes on Bitcoin if you are taking those coin calls. It really does matter a lot if Bitcoin's going to decide to start breaking down here or heading upward. With it being so consolidated though, a large move is coming. So just be prepared for it. Anyway, have a good day, trade safe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.